And that's blocked by Turner. Shot clock down to 4. Halliburton a deep 3, and he drills it.
Arians finds Warren. Here's a long 3.
Was in, now Duarte, another 3.
And welcome to episode 12 of the Pacing Forward podcast. The NBA Finals finished. Well, I'm recording this Friday night, so they finished Thursday night. They finished yesterday. Warriors beat the Celtics in 6, and now we're here to talk about it and talk about something else that's coming up next week. But before we do that, of course, as always, I'm Cammy, the house to Cammy build, as you know, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host.
What's up, everybody? It's Dom.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good to be back. And, of course, as we know, the finals just ended. The Celtics and the Warriors ended a pretty, I gotta say, as
interesting to say the least.
Yeah. As weird as these playoffs have been, it was, the finals were decent. I'll say. But as we know, there were a lot of blowouts in the playoffs, especially in the earlier round, second round as well. But the finals, they did have a few blowouts, but a lot of this stuff was a little bit closer, a little bit tightly knit. There were a lot of big runs in the third and fourth quarters, where you could say either team could take advantage, and one team did, one team didn't. And especially with the Celtics, there were a lot of winnable opportunities in the games they did lose. Hell, they could have won the series in 5, if they didn't let up.
Let's not even talk about winnable opportunities. I mean, that one game, the Curry 43 piece. What was it? Game 5?
What was that? Let me see. Curry 43.
Game 5. Was
Game 5.
No. Game 5 was in the Bay. It was Game 4.
Oh yeah, it was Game 4.
And it was to put I'm pretty sure it was to put the C's up 3-2 or something.
Yeah. Wait, no.
And they just kind of.
It was to.
No. 3-1.
Yeah. It was to put the C's up 3-1, and then the Warriors tied it. The Warriors tied it 2-2.
Mm-hmm. Because I remember fourth quarter, they were up by not even a crazy margin. I think it was 7, and they just completely choked away the fourth quarter.
They did. I mean, we look at the fourth quarter stats. The Warriors had 28 points. Celtics only had 19, and that was a lot of the themes with a lot of the games in the finals. I mean, we look at the fourth quarter stats in Game 6, the Warriors made. Well, they kind of fell behind early. I mean, 27-17 in the second quarter will do that to you. Going to Game 5, Warriors again outscored the Celtics 20-29 in the fourth quarter. Game 4, as you mentioned, Game 3 was pretty good. I mean, the Celtics blew them out. Game 2, Warriors won 88-107. The Warriors took advantage of that terrible third quarter the Celtics had. And this is what I wanted to talk about. The third quarters that the Celtics have been having have been atrocious.
Yeah. Pretty commonplace for the Celtics. It was commonplace on both sides. Like going into the series, you knew that the Celtics were pretty bad in the third quarter, and you also knew that the Warriors took advantage of bad teams in the third quarter.
Yeah,
they excelled in the third quarter.
If we go back to the 2019 playoffs, this has been a pretty running situation with the Warriors. I mean, they've been having amazing third quarters, even going back to the 2019 playoffs and the Trailblazers series. The Blazers were up going into halftime, and then they just collapsed in the third quarter, and then from there everything just went down for the Blazers. The Warriors have been taking advantage of those third quarters. Other teams are sloppy coming out of halftime. They're just fresh out the gate, firing on all cylinders. So it's been pretty insane.
Curry led the Warriors in scoring. Obviously, I mean, he won Finals MVP. He was great for them this series. He was pretty good for them the entirety of the playoffs, and this was one of his better playoff runs.
Yeah.
And
I have to
Jaylen
say-
Brown.
Jaylen Brown, man.
Go ahead.
Jaylen.
There's a big turnover issue with Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, a huge turnover issue. I mean, especially in the conference finals, dude couldn't dribble the basketball without turning it over.
Yeah, it was sort of like last night. It was like really apparent. I mean, but I will say last night, Jaylen Brown and Al Horford, they looked like the only like Celtics.
Only
players
people that
were
actually cared out
wanting
there.
to win. Yeah. So, but the turnover issue was just like really bad. And I know some Celtics fans that want to trade for Bradley Beal. I don't advise it.
Yeah,
The
no,
grass is not
no.
greener on that side.
No, I mean,
Grass is not greener on that
you
side.
don't
so.
need Bradley Beal. You need a point guard.
Yeah. Again, there is a point guard, facilitating point guard, who does not have a turnover issue whatsoever in Los Angeles. So,
Oh, who are you talking about? Who you talking about? Who you talking about? What are you cooking?
I'm not taking anything. I'm just saying I know a point guard or two on the
Listen.
West
We'll
Coast.
get back to him soon. We'll get back to him soon. You know we will. There are some trade rumors that I want to address.
But yeah, I mean that was the play. It wasn't a good season like whatsoever, but it was a good finals. I enjoyed it.
It was
the
a
most
good
part.
finals, despite of course your personal preference. Let me know.
Yeah, I would have preferred if the Warriors didn't win, but I mean, you win some, you lose some. I didn't care for either team.
You got a Curry agenda you need to spread.
Yeah. So, again, I didn't care for either teams. Both teams definitely deserved to win it. They had great seasons. The Warriors started like 18-2.
The
The
Warriors,
Celtics faced,
yeah.
like,
The
every
Warriors started like 18-2.
Form of adversity.
The Celtics, damn, the Celtics were pretty bad. Were pretty mediocre to start the season. Let me actually pull this up.
They started 24 and 25.
Yeah, they started around that 500 mark, and then after the All-Star break, after that trade for Derek White. I mean, remember that RJ Barrett game? You know the one I'm talking about.
Wasn't that like one of the first games of the season?
There was the one where he hit the game winner.
Or am I thinking of something different?
It was the one.
Oh yeah, I remember that
where
one.
he hit the game
that was
winner.
that was like the second game.
Yeah, I believe so. But yeah, I mean, going into the season, people were like, "Oh, it's just another lost season for the Celtics. Just make the playoffs at this point." But then I don't know what happened after February, after like January, February, everything just turned around. They traded for Derek White, and then things just got like randomly just turned around for them. I mean, you look at their win-loss differences. They were blowing teams out like on the regular.
It got to a point where it was like I can really see these guys contending. Like at first it was like this is just like really another throwaway season for the Celtics. They're gonna trade one of Tatum or Jaylen Brown because the core isn't working, and now it's like the core can work
The core
if you
can
just
work.
like play it the right way.
Yeah. They need to play the right way, and they need to iron out the kinks. Because Marcus Smart, while Marcus Smart is a good player, and I know you have your feelings about Marcus Smart. Well,
Wait, what do you? I don't have any feelings about Marcus Smart.
Not specifically you, but I know a lot of fans have feelings about Marcus Smart. Not specifically Celtics fans, but fans of other teams.
No.
Marcus Smart
Because
is
I mean, some people don't trust it at DPOI. Some people don't believe it.
I mean, yeah, that was a very interesting decision for them. That was a very polarizing decision to give him the Defensive Player of the Year. I'm not saying it was a bad decision. It was just an interesting decision. But back to Marcus Smart. While I do like him, I do think he's a great player. He's not a point guard. I don't think he's a point guard. Cause
I mean, he can't play make.
he can't really play make.
I mean, he can
He can pass.
Yeah.
He can pass. I mean, he's averaging 6 assists a game, but I mean, he's not that type of guy that's gonna like set up, run up the offense. You know, they need a guy like that. I don't know who they could possibly get, but they need to get a point guard like
And
that.
that was
Go ahead.
and that was one of the problems that like I saw. That was one of the problems during these playoffs. It was like, you know, like Tatum would do his own thing, top of the key, ISO, and that's been a problem for a little bit now. It's like, you know, they really need to run more actions instead of just like random ISOs
Yeah,
and
random
like
ISOs.
somebody try to get open.
And then like an alley oop to Robert Williams or something. That's just not gonna work against. And you know the Warriors definitely took advantage of that because we saw Tatum had hit. To say that Tatum struggled in this series would be an understatement.
Oh yeah, I mean, some people, I don't know which people, some people said that this series was worse than 2011 Braun and we believe Warriors Dirk combined.
I can.
I don't know who said that. I don't know who said that.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you know them?
Some people said that.
Do you know them? I don't know.
I don't know who said something like that, but I just know somebody said that. So
All right. Well, I don't know. I think you have some insight. I think you might know who you're talking about. But
I was saying he had a really bad series.
oh yeah, he had a terrible.
One of the worst I've ever seen.
I mean, especially for his standards, because of course Jason Tatum, a guy that idolizes Kobe Bryant, and we saw the Instagram post he made of him texting Kobe. Remember that?
I remember that, but not even that. Like after this, like after the second or sorry, the conference finals, like everybody, like it's the entire playoffs, even first 3 rounds of the playoffs, it was like it's apparent Jason Tatum is a superstar. He's a top 10 player in our
exactly.
league. You know,
And
we
then
give him his respect now.
Yeah, and then these finals
But after the series,
were supposed to be his coming out party. This would be like, all right, Jason Tatum is here. He led the Celtics to a championship. He's here now. He's balling out. But he was bad.
Right, that was supposed to be the narrative. It was supposed to be Tatum's about to give you 30, 40 a game. He's gonna win MVP next year because he already has like the respect and he's already gained all the trust of like all his support, or like all his like teammates and people around the league. It's like Jason Tatum is here now. But what we got is Jason Tatum like really the superstar that we were thinking he was?
Yeah. The narrative changed. The narrative changed. I mean, in the finals, the guy he had some really good games. Overall, he averaged 21.5 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Pretty good stats on paper. But you look at the box score, he shot 36% from the field, and he shot 66% from the free throw line. And a lot of those free throws were crucial that he missed.
Yeah. So he's going to come back next season. It'll be. Maybe we'll get the same version of Tatum. Maybe he'll improve his game.
I mean,
somehow.
I definitely think this finals loss is gonna have him in the gym, working harder. I think he's definitely going to improve. He's definitely going to improve. He's going to take another playmaking leap because he needs to, of course, with that. And of course, he had the what's it called? He had the playoff record for most turnovers in the playoffs. He had 100.
Wasn't it like the most? Was it the most in a playoff run or the most in a finals? I don't. No, it was playoff run. That's stupid.
Yeah. 100. I mean, like,
yeah,
I know.
Like,
I know he has to take a lot of ball handling duties, because of course Smart's not a true point guard, and they don't really have a true point guard. And he has to kind of take over those playmaking duties, but, like, he needs to fix that.
If there's one place that I would improve him, though, not only by being able to handle the ball, just, like, competency, like, inside the arc. Because, like, we know he has a mid-range game. We know he has a turnaround game.
Yeah,
we know he has all of that. But, like, just his finishing at the rim was terrible.
I
saw so regular season was terrible.
Yeah, I saw so many missed layups in the finals that I couldn't even count them all. It was that bad.
And It was on drives. It was on all of that. Like if you don't have the ability to like be even like competent like at the rim, it's like it's not a recipe for success.
It is.
So that'd be one place I'd improve my game.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely see what you're talking about there. I mean, Tatum, he is.
Especially being a small forward.
Yeah. With you being a small forward, you being like the guy drive to the rim, finish, layup, dunk, and one. You gotta fix up on your inside scoring because if I can I pull up some advanced shooting numbers here? Let's see. His shooting numbers. I mean, I can't, but watching the games, we all knew what we saw, and what we saw wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But I mean, all jokes aside, he's 24 years old. He definitely hasn't hit his prime yet. He definitely can be an MVP candidate if he improves around the cracks. But I think he definitely still has a lot of work to do. But the finals, I'm hoping they gave him some experience, and I think they'll definitely be back here in the finals soon enough. But,
I agree. I think it'll take. I mean, within the next 2 years, I think they'll definitely be able to make it back.
Definitely within the next couple of years. Couple more things I need to talk about. A couple guys on the Warriors. Let's talk about Draymond Green real quick.
Why?
I think you know why. You know why. He's cooked.
I mean, yeah, he had a bad series overall. Last game he was really good.
I mean,
that was pretty surprising.
Game
he was like
Game 6 he was fantastic. He was hitting threes.
Besides that, he was like pretty bad.
Besides that, dude is like a complete negative on defense now, and I don't know when he's gonna retire. I'm assuming he's gonna retire with Clay and them, with like Steph, Clay. When they retire, he's gonna retire with them. But
ultimate dick riding.
Yeah. The ultimate. I mean, no. Let's give that to Iguodala. Come on, we're giving that to Iguodala.
Respect Iguodala.
What he say? He said his job is to protect Steph's legacy.
Yes, sir.
Of course you defended him.
I'm just saying respect. I mean, isn't he from like Nigeria? I gotta respect that. Not Nigeria. He's from Africa somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. All right, but besides Draymond, what's the next topic? Yeah, Andrew Wiggins. I gotta give Andrew Wiggins his flowers. I was
great.
Yeah, he was locking up Tatum. I have to be honest, he was playing some fantastic defense on Tatum. I mean, kept him on an island.
He led the Warriors. He led the Warriors in rebounds too.
Yeah, he led the Warriors in rebounding.
Great player.
In Game 5, he was the catalyst. He was when Curry was like 0 of 7, 0 of 8 from 3. He was the guy that stepped up and got like 26, 24 points. And Andrew Wiggins, of course, he's up for an extension. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't extend him because I know they don't have the money to extend him and Jordan Poole. But if you have to go in the luxury tax, if you're a contending team, then you do it. You go in the luxury tax because you need to keep that core together. That Curry, Clay, Dre, Wiggins, Poole, those 5 guys, you need to keep them together.
If anybody is gone, I think Gary Payton II can definitely be gone. I think they keep one of Otto Porter Jr. or Gary Payton II. I don't think they'll be able to keep both though. So
I think they're gonna get rid of Otto because he is a bit inconsistent, and Gary already has his role as a defender. What was that thing you said about
Otto? I mean, I thought.
You thought what?
Go ahead.
What?
I thought Otto had a really good season.
Yeah, he had a pretty good season. He was pretty crucial in those finals too. Hitting threes. I think. He started for them when they took out Looney at the start. Yeah, he did. I think you said something like he's like always in the perfect situation or something.
Yeah, I legitimately haven't seen him like play like a bad game like where he was the reason that they lost.
Yeah. I mean,
Just my take on it.
yeah. I mean, Otto Porter does his job well, but I think in the end, I think they're definitely gonna keep Gary Payton because he's like a better defender, of course. You know, he has a more clear cut role. But they could go either way with that. As long as they keep Wiggins and keep Poole, I think they'll be set on maybe another title or so. But you know, I know how you feel about that, so I'm gonna stop it right there. All right.
What else is there? The draft is up in a few days.
On Thursday, actually, on
you know,
Thursday.
Yeah, we've been talking about who we want, who we don't want.
These are these are the
we
these are the
should,
real these are the real finals right now.
Yeah, we really did not care about the finals, but until now, so
Man, I swear, if we mess this up, then I will not have any faith in this front office, because all that losing, all that trading for young guys, draft picks, all of that has led up to this. If we mess this draft pick up, it could be bad consequences for the future. And of course, we all have our preferences of who we want, and that's Jaden Ivey, right?
oh yeah, I mean if we could get Jaden Ivey, that would be that's like the perfect pick. But
That is.
we're not in a position to draft him, so.
Yeah, I mean, it would take some pretty drastic circumstances for Sacramento and Detroit to pass up on him, so I don't think that's happening. But I mean, it could, and there have been talks that we might trade for that fourth pick from Sacramento to 100% get Jaden Ivey, and I'm hoping that's the case because, I mean, I've wanted a trade to happen for a while now, and I think it will happen leading up to draft day. I think these are Malcolm's final days in Indiana. Right now, the clock is counting down.
Yeah, I mean, but he's had a really good run with us, but him and Miles Turner, they're already being put in trade talks. I think they already know that they're being put in trade talks, and I think we can get really good value from both of them. So
yeah, I mean, I think
trade him.
I think when we traded for Halliburton, I think Malcolm at that point knew that the writing was on the wall, and that when his contract, when that limitation on his contract ran out, that he was gonna get traded. And I think at that point it was just a matter of when, not if. And I think it's coming very soon. I think he is going to get traded to maybe Sacramento, maybe a place like New York. Definitely not LA, though, because if we get that guy that you mentioned earlier, I will not be a fan anymore.
Who? What are you talking about?
You know, a certain point guard on the Lakers.
Austin Reeves?
No, he's not even a point guard.
Oh, my bad. Fuck. Kendrick Nunn?
Oh, yeah, your guy.
Yeah. Not my guy.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about Russell Westbrook, dude. If Indiana somehow trades,
I really don't see it.
I don't see it.
I don't see why we would do that to ourselves.
Yeah, I don't see it, but at the same time, the fact that there is a possibility of it happening is just God.
Yeah, because I mean, we could get really good value from trading Malcolm and Miles separately, but to trade for Westbrook, we would have to trade them together.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah, and that's number one. And number two, what's the whole reason why we would trade for Westbrook? They said to kickstart a rebuild, and those what?
To sell tickets?
To sell tickets? Dude, no. I know Herb Simon is cheap.
Yeah, they're bring fun to the team.
I know he's desperate, but I don't think he's that desperate.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we gotta start trusting in KP after what he did during the regular season. It's I can't say that I am not gonna or I'm gonna doubt his ability to run the front office until if he does something stupid during the draft, take AJ Griffin, at number 6, then it's definitely
or take the NPC.
Tyson Daniels. Yeah, if he takes one of those two, it'll be like AJ Griffin is a good player. I just don't. He
AJ
shouldn't be
Griffin
going
is a
at
good
6.
AJ
But
Griffin is a good player, but for like 11 or 12, not for 6.
yeah. But like, if he does something like that, then it's like, okay, we probably shouldn't expect anything crazy from KP.
Yeah, but
From here on out. But I mean,
like
full faith in him right now.
the guys had a decent track record, and that Halliburton trade. I mean, he outdid himself with that. I mean, what was it we were trying to trade for Fox?
Oh yeah. No, they were trying to give us Fox
Yeah,
originally.
they were trying to give us
'Cause,
Fox,
I
and
think
they were
that
like
they were-
Halliburton's off the table, and then the next day, like, the trade is official. I don't know how we did that,
Yeah.
but I mean, KP balled out with that trade. Now, if he manages, if this draft goes according to plan, and we get a guy like what's it called, Jaden Ivey, or even a Shaden Sharp, where
Ivy.
yeah, I mean, if we get Shaden Sharp, then I'm gonna be pretty excited, because you know what that means to me. If we get Shaden Sharp, you know what that says to me.
Oh yeah, you've told me
Yeah.
full rebuild
Full
mode.
rebuild. That means he's 100% invested in the rebuild, and that is what I need. I need that. I don't know how Herb. I don't know.
I honestly think he is.
I hope so. I don't know how Herb Simon feels about that, but like, I could care less at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy. How old is he? Like 80
What else?
something.
What else is there? What else is there? Oh yeah. Herb Simons is on his deathbed
Yeah,
as we speak,
basically.
so it's all good.
I mean, there's really nothing else to talk
What else is
about.
there post draft?
There is nothing else to talk about. I mean, going into the draft,
2022,
2022. What up?
the 2021-2022 season
Yeah,
was
let's wrap this
filled
up.
with a lot of ups, a lot of downs. It started off. I think we started off as like one of the higher seeds. Like I think we were like the 3 seed, and then Sabonis and Malcolm kind of came back down to earth, and I was like, okay. There was the Miles Turner game where Sabonis was out,
The
and
Washington game.
he
The
dropped
Washington
like 40
game.
or something. Yeah, one of my favorite games from him.
Oh
like,
yeah, I
all
love
time
that game.
in a
I
Pacers
love that
jersey.
game. Miles had 40, and I was
And
like,
it'll be sad to see him go.
yeah. I mean, I'm really hoping for Miles' sake, because I know how much he loves Indiana. I'm hoping that's not like his last memory in Indiana of him getting injured and not playing. I need him to I need him to come back for at least until the deadline or something. Because he's been here for so long, he's done so much for the community. He at least deserves it.
Then we started losing more games. Players started going down. It was first it was like Sabonis, then it was Brogdon was out. Miles was out before Brogdon, I believe. McConnell went out, and slowly the losing record started to garner more and more until the I think it was like not even like a week before the trade deadline. It was like a few days before the trade deadline. Trade drops that we're trading for Tyrese Halliburton.
It was the day before the trade. It was the day before the trade deadline. Yeah.
And we were saying it too. Like we were saying, we'll be okay with Fox. We're gonna develop him. Maybe we'll get him to shoot right. Somehow we get Halliburton instead. Halliburton, mind you, dropped 38. Like
the day before he got traded.
Before that.
The day before he got traded.
Yeah. Day before he got traded, he was saying like, "Oh, I love this city. I want to bring the city a championship. Like this is where I'm supposed to be, mind you."
I mean,
and then they kind of just traded him.
I mean, you saw that Players Tribune article he wrote after he got traded.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty
But
evident.
we don't care about that anymore.
Yeah,
Here.
it doesn't matter. They have Davion Mitchell. They have Fox. So I don't really care. But I mean, it was like a really up and down season. I mean, we had our fair share of NPCs. Name some of your favorite NPCs this year.
Hey, Dwayne Washington Jr. came out of nowhere, kind of like a good solid 15, 20 games of him averaging like 13, 14
Yeah,
points per game.
yeah. He was a huge bench spark. You know, we have a 6'5" guy that's averaging like 10 rebounds a game.
I
Terry,
not gonna lie to you, I don't remember his name.
Terry
It's been too
Taylor.
long.
Terry Taylor.
Terry. Hey, bro, we haven't played basketball in months, dude. Don't
Yeah,
like,
we
you
haven't.
can't expect you to
We haven't
remember
played,
like.
yeah, we haven't played basketball
Yeah.
since like March.
O'Shea showed our head coach Rick Carlisle, who I wouldn't even complain about this season. I mean, he was I mean, as good as he can be this season. So
Yeah.
can't ask for too much.
Yeah,
out
I
of
mean,
him.
dude was like in and out of the rotation, so I'm not gonna blame him
Mhm.
fully, but
But yeah, O'Shea, I mean, like he got like the clear cut starting role. Like you're the forward of the future. Like green light. Post Sabonis trade, and I mean he definitely delivered. There was a good stretch of him not delivering, and it was
there
kind
was
of
a
annoying.
huge
But
stretch of
besides
not
that, I think he
delivering.
was great.
I mean, remember that?
I think-
Remember that Celtics game? He hit a three. He hit a three and then turned around before it even went in.
Yeah, that was a good ass game.
Anyways, back to it. I mean, I would really be disappointed if at the deadline or at next year we traded one of the younger guys. I mean, like Dwayne, O'Shea, Taylor. I don't think it's happening, and I don't see us doing it because I don't know what those guys' values are. But I really hope it doesn't happen.
Because I'm slowly starting to fall in love with this team. So I really hope that we don't do something stupid like trade them.
I mean, remember that, remember that Warriors game on TNT?
Oh yeah, with the what small ass nigga Sykes,
Kiefer Sykes, yep,
and
yeah.
Dwayne.
Kiefer
They
Sykes,
just like completely
Dwayne,
went off.
O'Shea with like 25. Yeah, I mean, and then like at like I think after the game when they were talking on like Inside the NBA, everybody's like, "Who the hell are these guys?"
Yeah, because that was like Tyrese. I don't think Tyrese. I think Tyrese was out that game, or no, that was. I think that's when we traded Sabonis,
That was
and
in
like
December.
every
That was
that
in
transaction was
December.
still in like the works.
No,
Was it in December?
No,
I don't
no,
even.
dude.
So why was it? Why was everybody out?
Because they were injured.
Oh fuck, that's right.
That was when we had the hospital team. Remember?
Yeah.
And
I
then
remember.
everybody was like, "Damn, I think I like this team better than the team that we have healthy."
I really hope that by Friday we have a clear cut, like, okay, this is where we're rebuilding. Whoever we draft, whether I like him or not, I'm gonna watch his highlights for a good hour. So doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, who did you say we would pick for you to deactivate?
Keegan Murray, anybody but Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray deactivation, Dyson Daniels, and Benedict Mathurin for black profile picture.
How old is Keegan Murray, by the way?
22.
Yeah, no fucking way. Oh fucking way.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with another.
You're out of your
rookie.
goddamn. You're out of your god. He's 21 actually. He's turning 22 in August, like right before
So
the
he's
season.
he's
No
turning
fucking
22 before he plays a game. Okay.
Yeah, like why would I, if we draft a 22-year-old, I will forever be fucking pissed off.
So we draft a 24-year-old to have him contribute immediately. He gets injured, we tank, and then we just draft another old rookie. Oh man, imagine. Man, I'm telling you, youth is a new movement. We need Jaden Ivey or Shaden Sharp. They're like what, 19, 20 years old. Shaden Sharp didn't even play a single game in college. So we need those guys because I'm willing to roll the dice with Shaden Sharp, even though he is like a risky prospect. I would take the dice on him because that's something that Indiana wouldn't do, and I want us to have a little change, you know. But anyways, I think
Is that it?
yeah, I think that's like the most we can talk about. We stretched this to 34 minutes. That's pretty decent without a guest. I mean, next week we probably will have a guest for the draft episode, probably a Pacers fan. But until then, until Friday, we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the playoffs. Hopefully you guys anticipating the draft. If you guys have a team in have a team in the lottery, good luck. If you're a Kings fan, then we need that pick. We need it. We don't even need that pick. We just need Jaden Ivey. If you're a Pistons fan, please don't take Jaden Ivey. But until the draft, man, this was an interesting season to say the least. Some good times, some bad times, but I think we're pretty well set up for the future. So until the draft, until next week, we'll see you guys then, and take care, guys.
Sorry, y'all.